everyone, it's Nancy. Hope you're all doing well. I'm back with our Flower Shop Ledger Journal. So I wanted to show you some of the things I stuffed in the pockets to give you some ideas. And then we'll go a little farther on here. So haven't decided if I'm putting that there yet, so that's fine. I did stick in the tags. I just put some little linen twine on these tags, because I thought these are the tags that people will fill out with their notes to go on the flowers that they order from her shop, right? And then we made the trifold here together, remember? Okay, so we made that, put a little ribbon binding in there, and we stuck that in here. And I didn't want to stick something thicker in there, so I thought, well, these tags are perfect. So I stuck 3 of these tags in here. So that looks fine, I think. And then I noticed these, I love the way these twirl, but then when you close it, if it bothers you, you can just fold them in, you can put ribbon, you can put whatever you want. But I was just trying to keep it simple, thinking how she would tie it on the flowers, right? So then, in this here, I just put one of the journaling cards in this pocket here. I kept it up so you could see their face. And then we did make this already, this card, journaling card in here. So we did that, I think, in the last video. And then open this up. Now here I put one of the pockets. Now in the kit, Joey's pockets, he actually makes them double. You can make them double, like here, for instance. You can use them separate, or he's got the big one and you can layer the small one, so you could have a double pocket. And we'll probably use that on the inside cover of the journal, but I wanted a pocket to keep our little matchbook that we made. So I wanted to make put a pocket here, and that fits it perfectly. So that's in there. And then the only thing I did with the avocado paper is give it a fancy little fold in there. Just left it for journaling and doing whatever you want. You could even do a little collage on here if you want. So that I just left in here like that with that fancy fold, which I love. Learned that from Kathleen. Thanks, Kathleen. So that goes in here. And of course, it does go in there. I just need to maneuver that a little. And that's just a whole piece that I just folded and put in there. Okay, in this pockety type thing here, what I did was I ended up putting one of the journal cards in the top in here and left it kind of sticking up so we could see her face. Then next I put in one of the journaling cards in here. Like, I think I had it in the next one. You get that in there. It's like when you have it set, you just don't want to even take it out. Then I have a big tag with a little piece of seam binding on it on this side. One of the smaller tags with the little linen thread here. And then I've got 2 of the bigger tickets and 3 of her stamps. So if she has to mail out a bill to somebody, she's got her stamps, right? So there's that. And then this is, remember this little tuck spot? This is part of the ephemera. So I put in a couple of these bigger tickety type things, stuck them in there. I think I showed you that I put labels on throughout everything. So that's that. And then, of course, we made our beautiful ledger book in here, which I love, our ledger book with all the fun papers in here. So that's one of the main pieces here. I love that. And when you open it up, you're in the shop here. I love that. Now, I did put an eyelet up here, and I did it off camera, okay? Because I did it twice already, so it's like I didn't want to fudge around with that. So we have our open ledger here. She can write here. You see the inside of the shop, which I absolutely love. Love it, love it. So we're going to fold it up. Oh, wait, the whole point of me showing you that is because I wanted to put something interactive, something dangling here. So this is what I came up with. And I had made something like this before, and I had put a dangle like that, so that when I looked at the one I made prior, then I said, yes, that's what I want to do. Now, you can think of a million things to do to dangle in there, but I want to show you what I picked. I went through my Tim Holtz ephemera stuff. I have a bulb pin, and this was in the ephemera pack. Let me see if I can tell you the name of the ephemera pack. It's this one here, organic. It's Layers Organic. So this is the kit, and I think it's fairly new. I don't think it's an old one. I think I got that recently. So that's the name of where I got these pieces out of. So I've got this pretty long tag, and then I took one of the flowers, and then this is one of the little tags from Joey's kit. And what I did was I just poked a small hole in them, and I'm going to string them on this bulb pin. Which way am I doing it here? I'm going to do it, I poked a hole in the leaf, and I just want it all dangling. I think I want to put it this way. So I'm going to put these on. I already poked holes in them, small holes, just to get this bulb pin on. And yeah, so I just love something like this dangling, and I'm just going to pin it through and put it on here. So we've got this kind of dangling here. If you don't like that, you don't have to have that, but I love it. I like it. So I think it's cute. You can tie, if you don't have a bulb pin, if you don't like the bulk of the bulb pin, you know, you can put it with a string too if you don't like that. So, but I like that. So then she closes up this way. And then now we're going to go to the back. I had to load this up now. I wanted to wait to the end, but I just couldn't. We had to get her all nice and chunky here. So that goes that way. You see the inside of the shop, and this would go this way. So here we are. This is our front, right? And you can see, can you see how chunky it is already? Can you see that in the camera? She's pretty chunky. So we're going to go to this part here, the back. Now you don't, what I did up here is I just glued another piece of paper up there to cover that, my little notchy part here. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be the inside, the journal, right? And we have our front ties here, but we're going to need a tie back here to cover the journal, to tie the journal, I should say, okay? There's a whole bunch of different ways you can do this, but so what I did was I put my ribbon where I see that it's laying, where it's going to tie, and I cut another piece about the same length, a little longer, because we're going to glue this to the cover, okay? And we're going to glue that, and then, so when you do that, just mark it with a pencil. Now it's not centered, but that's okay, because that's how this journal is, right? That's how this is. So when you lay it out straight across, you know you're going to put your fabric tie here as well. So you're going to just make a little line there, and you're going to glue that on, because we're going to cover this with paper, and then we're going to cover this with something and cover this with something. And then once we get those done, then we're going to put the journal in. Now, once again, you can do what you want. I would suggest not making it a very thick journal, because it's already so thick on the front. It would be an odd, well, you could do it if that's what you like. And I do love chunky journals, but for this type of journal, you don't want too much pressure pulling both ways. And you have so much writing space that you don't need a lot. So what I did was, I didn't add any pages other than what Joey had printed, gave us in the kit. So all I did was print this has got real faint, I don't know if you could see it on the camera, it's got faint flowers and a faint outline of the building. So I figured the outside of the shop and then the inside, and then you've got so much writing space and decorating space that I think it's fine with what's in the front and what's in the back. And then in the middle, I just put the outside again because I think it's so beautiful. So that's just going to be what I'm going to put in my journal. And then, so once, excuse me, once I get the inside cover with paper, and then the outside cover, we're going to glue our trim on, then all you need to do is sew in your journal here. Now, it could be a little tricky, but you can still just fit this in a book cradle and do it, or do it by hand, okay? And I'm not going to do that on the on the video, but so it's not going to be a problem to sew this in. And then we'll do. So what I'm going to do is show you how to add the tie, and then we're going to glue paper on here, and that'll be it for today. And then when I come back, I'll have my signature sewn in. We'll do just a little bit of decorating, and that should be it then. So what I wanted to use was, I have some wallpaper samples, and I thought that would be really pretty to decorate the inside and the outside. I went through my samples. My friend had gotten some books from a wallpaper shop, and I picked some pinks out, and I thought, oh wow, wouldn't that be pretty on the back? I loved that. And then I thought this one here would be pretty on the inside. I didn't want to put that on the inside because I thought it would kind of clash too much with the pretty photo. So I'm going to measure out to the best I can and do the insides. But first, like I said, I marked it. Oh, almost lost my little piece here. So I marked this, and I'm going to get my fabric tack and just glue this on right now so it has time to dry. So you can use twine, anything you want to use for your trims, you know, would be fine. I just realized I don't want to go all the way up to the edge there, so, okay. And so I'm just going to, this is the rough edge where it's sewn, so I figured, well, I'm not going to cut it off, it'll be fine. So I'm going to put that on here, and this way it'll have time to dry. Make sure there's enough on there. Like that. And then that will get covered with the wallpaper. So yeah, if you have a wallpaper and you forgot all about it, you don't, go through your wallpaper samples that you have. And it's not old wallpaper, but I don't think it, for this project, and for the look of what we have, it's more of a retro, so I think that wallpaper will be very pretty in this journal. Okay, so once that's drying, now what I'm going to do is just take this, and I'm going to kind of just lay it here. And I already inked the edges of my folder, and I'm going to have to straighten that edge out down there, but that's not a problem. So I am just going to line this up to the best I can, leave a little border because I pretty much have to. It doesn't meet all the way. And I'm not going to cut it and butt it all the way up to where we're sewing the signature in. I'm going to just go about 1/8 of an inch away from the center so it doesn't interfere with sewing. So I'm just going to make myself a mark there, and I'm going to cut that. So let me get my trimmer here. Make sure I'm not cutting my journal here. Okay, so where's my mark at? Okay, I'll get that there. I got a feeling wouldn't that be awful if I cut that? Oh, okay, so I'm going to do that. Give that a cut. And I need to just straighten out this bottom part here ever so slight. So yeah, I have lots of wallpaper, and well, I'm going to cut one, glue it, and then we're going to measure. And I'm not going to assume both sides are the same, right? Not going to assume that at all, so. And let me just get rid of my pencil mark here. So we're going to do that, and right about there. Okay, and since this is wallpaper, I am going to use my fabric tack for this. I love this fabric tack. You know, I bought myself this bottle, and I know a lot of the people on YouTube, the journal makers, use it. And yeah, it's really nice. I really like it. I could probably get hooked on using this all the time instead of regular glue, but I don't know. But for things like this, I love it though. Okay, so let me get that on there. And you have like a smidge of a wiggle room. Oh, I didn't ink the edge, but you know what? That's okay. I'll give it a quick ink here. I think I have a quick second here to just run that through. Okay, so I'm going to line this up. I mean, if it was a little longer, I probably would be able to get it to the edges, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. It's going to be beautiful anyway. So there, and I can always check the edges when I get a chance. Let's see how that's working out. Okay, and then let me measure this side now. Okay, like about there. Right, and then about here. And let me cut that. And I'll just round up this edge here real quick. Perfect. Okay. Get rid of that trimmer. Yeah, we'll probably add some of those pockets. What's nice is there's so many pieces of ephemera in Joey's kit. It's just gorgeous. Wow, that I didn't do a good job of cutting this off here. This sometimes. There we go. Okay. And before I put my fabric tack on, I'll give it a quick once over here. Okay. All right, so that's going to go on here. That's going to go right about there, like that. Yep. All right. I think I'm going to put it on the back of here now, just so I can line that up with the piece across from it. Okay. I did order Tim Holtz's new color. What was it? Scorched Timber? I don't know. You know, I always get the oxides usually, so I'm excited to kind of see what it's all about. I mean, I watched the video of him the other day while I was doing things, crafting, just to see what it was. I don't know. I'll try it. We'll play with it one day when I get it, and we'll see what it does. I was wondering if it would replace the vintage photo or it'd be too dark, because most of us use vintage photo for inking the edges. I thought it might be just something different. Okay, so there's our inside. Now, like I said, we'll probably put a pocket, or we'll put something in here. We'll see. We'll get to that part. But now for the back, we're going to cover it. So I'm going to cover it with this other pretty pink paper here. So I am going to use maybe this edge here. This looks like a nice clean cut edge here. And see, I forgot to ink the back of my folder here, so I'll just give it a quick ink. You don't have to do it, but you know, just kind of gives it that little bit of a vintage retro feel for me. I love retro. I think I told you that before. I love retro stuff. So, and this will go over the edge and cover that up. So let me get a piece of this cut. I'll have to cut that little divot there because of the folder. I'm okay with that. Right about there. So I'll make my pencil mark. And let me cut that. And we're almost done with this. And it's so pretty. I love it. I'm loving this. So pretty. I could make more. And you know, I have to show you, I'll have to show you my other variations because you could make it smaller. You could make it bigger. You could make it with just envelopes and not manila. I mean, there's so many different ways. Just play around. Oh, I didn't straighten that edge out, did I? Get my cutter again. Yeah, just play around with your envelopes, and I think I just messed up that edge there a little again. Yeah, must be my, I probably need a new blade. So let me just trim this here while I've got it in my hands. I'll be right back here. Just trimming this edge off. Yeah, I think I probably need a new blade on my cutter. I guess that's why it's not cutting very well. But okay, we've got it now. Let me put this back. Sorry I'm making all that noise. Okay. I think this is a fun, and you know what I love when, you know, when you ever hear somebody say how it feels in your hand, the journal, I love that. And this is one of those journals that just kind of, you know, it just feels good when you're holding it. So this is how it's going to go on the back here. And then I'm going to have to probably cut that little divot there. So I'm just going to get a little, let's see. I'm just going to go like this. There, easy enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe a little bit more. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be good, right? Okay. Let me just... Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let me get some fabric tack on here. Ooh, and then we can tie it up and look at it. And then, so yeah, get your ephemera going and fill up your pockets and your tucks in the front of the journal. And then in the next video, oh, and sew your signature, put your signature together, and then you can sew your signature in. And then the next video will be adding some final touches to the journal part in the back, and then we could do a flip through of it, okay? So then we'll be ready to be done with her. Whoops, okay. I guess that's where it's going. Let me just get that on there really fast. We get a little bit of wiggle room here with this fabric tack. It sticks real nice, especially with the wallpaper too, but paper, I've done it with just paper, and boy, is it nice. It just, you don't see glue lines in it. You know, sometimes you see your glue lines. Isn't it pretty on the back? I love that. Okay, let's flip her over here. So now we have our tie, and so now we can just gently tie her. I'm not going to tie it tight, just a gentle tie. And we've got three loops, so we can just fan them out a little bit here. Do that. Oh, isn't she pretty? See how chunky she's getting? We don't even have the journal in yet, but it feels nice on the hands, in your hands here, and it's pretty on the back. And then when you untie it, you can get in the front. And if not, you just flip it over, and then you have your journal back here. So we'll continue this in the next video, and then probably the next video will be the last video. We'll do the final flip through after we finish the journal in the back there. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope this helps you out. And take care. Have a good evening. Stay warm, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, friends.